Welcome to another Fist on Chin Short Takes. My name is Chris Sarda. Over here is AFSHEEN Hayat. In his head right now, he's wondering why I didn't call it Quick Takes, and that's because I forgot. Today we
Actually, it was when you said your name is Chris Sarda.
Today we are going to talk about news that broke today in the world of boxing, which we do watch. In case you didn't know, we have been doing mostly MMA content, but this channel does watch boxing and basketball and baseball and football and whatnot. Probably the biggest news that can possibly happen, although I'm trying to think if there could be some big Canelo news or something. Tyson Fury just signed a deal with Anthony Joshua, and Afsheen, we'll let you report this.
Sure. So ESPN stated that there is a 2-fight deal being finalized into promotion to unify the heavyweight title of the world, always considered the biggest title in combat sports. And it's between undefeated Tyson Fury versus only once defeated Anthony Joshua. This will unite 4 heavyweight titles, unify 4 heavyweight titles, and it's a big deal. It's a two-fight contract. Obviously, they're going to have to be able to exercise the second one, but the idea is for the first fight, even 50-50 split, to happen in June or July, with the second fight happening in November or December, with 60% contract in favor of the winner of the first fight and 40% for the other. So this is going to be so exciting. We've been clamoring. It's been the 2 of them and Deontay Wilder. There's been this trifecta at the top that we've been trying to get to fight each other for years, and I think that this is just a prelude to that happening. This is the first. This is the first of it. So I cannot wait. What do you think, Chris?
I think it's great. I mean, I think it has to happen. The odds look like they opened. I'm sure that since this was just announced today, that odds are all over the place. But my quick look is probably to me, obviously Tyson Fury is the favorite. He's minus 190 with Anthony Joshua being plus 140. But I actually think that Tyson Fury is should be a bigger favorite, to be honest, because we've seen Anthony Joshua lose to someone that maybe he shouldn't lose to, and I personally put Ruiz in that group of the 3 or 4. I want to see him. I don't like to call people fat or anything, but I've just heard him called the fatty with the fast hands, and he maybe said that. And he's and I think that's true because he doesn't look like Anthony Joshua, that's for sure. Anthony Joshua looks like a Greek god, except he's a black guy. Ruiz should be in that mix too. I don't know that he is, in the top 3, but he should be there. I think he could beat anyone at any time.
He's around, yeah.
It's just a fight that has to happen. Yes. But I just think Tyson Fury is way ahead of these guys, and I wouldn't be surprised if these lines move to Tyson Fury probably closer to minus 300 or something like that. But it is, I wouldn't be surprised, I'm saying. But it's a great fight if you're a boxing fan. It's a great fight if you have been dying for the heavyweight division to get back to where it was pre-Klitschko and really in the 90s, right? And it's a great boxing. It's a great if you're an English boxing fan, because if you're a boxing fan at all, you realize that boxing's really just stayed above water from the English fans and the Mexican fans, really. And I'm not saying that like Americans, there's not enough of us that, there's a lot of us that like boxing and it's popular in other parts of the world and stuff. But man, the English are, their fans are really passionate about boxing, even watching regional stuff. So for them to have, 2 of the 3 top heavyweights in the country and them actually going to fight, I'd imagine that this is something that could fill a stadium, and maybe that's the only reason they might hold off on it, is because this fight could fill a stadium. It's a little bit early.
The amount of money left on the table because of the lack of a gate is in the 8 figures.
Yeah, and you know what? Who knows? I mean, it's June, July, something like that. So maybe regulations in England will I don't want to say weaken, but lighten enough that it can happen to some extent. But really, the fight is a great fight. I'm excited
Oh
for
my
it.
gosh.
I think Fury is just a better boxer, though. To be honest,
Mhm.
it's really about him having his mind in the game.
Yep.
So yeah. And how about you? Where do you think the fight goes?
I think it's going to go deep into the rounds. It's a little bit similar to the Wilder Fury first fight, in that you've got gentleman who's in Fury is clearly the more, I would say, I don't want to say better pugilist, but I would definitely say that he appears to be more student of the game than Wilder as well as Joshua. He just seems to have a better knowledge, definitely lighter than you would expect, like more like a lighter weight class fighter. And then you've got the power of Joshua, which is a great equalizer, as Wilder showed. And I think it's going to go late into the fight, but it's going to be about technique. A gentleman who wins usually with technique versus a gentleman who usually wins with power. Although I think that Joshua learned a lot from his loss to Ruiz, and he came back the next fight much smarter and safer and aware that he hadn't shown in a couple of fights that he'd been tested in. So I actually think it'll go, the line will narrow, but we'll just have to see. I can't wait for it. I cannot wait.
Yeah. So yeah, that's going to be a great fight. And it is actually where Wilder was very much a power puncher. Anthony Joshua, you could argue, is somewhere in between Wilder and Fury as far as style. So
Yep.
Perfect. Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury reportedly signed on a 2-fight contract, which is about the fairest contract I've ever seen.
Yeah.
This was it is right. This
Yeah.
was another Fist on Chin quick take with me, Chris Sarda, and my co-host AFSHEEN Hayat. Find us on @Chaotic Sports and @Fist on Chin, and find AFSHEEN his own Twitter account on @AFMan, AFAmazing, and we will see you guys next time.
See you later.